According to available assessments, Vladimir Putin is not showing any willingness to engage in negotiations. On the contrary, he is preparing to continue the war against Ukraine in 2026 and to attempt to seize new territories. This opinion was expressed by military analyst Yevhen Diky. You can find more details in our video. You are watching the Glavred channel. Your host is Diana. Subscribe to the channel and give us a like. He pointed out that the head of the Kremlin, meaning the leader of Russia, practically does not use the internet and instead receives all of his information in the form of written reports and oral briefings from subordinate officials. At the same time, according to Diky, these officials are often afraid to bring him negative or unpleasant news. That is why, as he notes, Putin develops a distorted view of the situation. In particular, a lot of false information appears about supposedly captured Ukrainian settlements. I wouldn't be surprised if President Putin is already seriously planning how he will go to Kyiv again in the spring, said Diky. At the same time, the expert added that the information Putin receives about the current state of the Russian economy is also incomplete and embellished. Because of this, according to him, the Russian president expects to wage war successfully throughout the next year and does not see the need to make any agreements. Diky emphasizes that there is already a mobilization plan in the Kremlin for 2026. And the budget has been drawn up with a full year in mind for waging war. He plans to go on the offensive all year, seize territories, and if possible, finish us off completely. And at the same time, he will say everything to Trump that Trump wants to hear, he added. According to Diky, even if Ukraine does manage to hold out and endure this winter, despite facing significant mobilization problems, one should not expect that the Russian economy will completely collapse or fall apart this year. He further emphasized that one of Ukraine's almost key and crucial bets in this ongoing war is the use of long-range strikes on Russian territory. According to him, the destruction and damage of enemy oil refineries is a serious trump card that could fundamentally change the course of the war and force Russia to come to the negotiating table even against its will. At the same time, he noted that achieving such an effect would require at least 6 months to a year. This campaign of deep strikes against Russia is the most positive thing that has happened for us in 2025. The only truly positive development was that we managed to establish mass production of long-range drones. And these strikes are affecting the entire economy and logistics of Russia. This is a major achievement. It is important for the strikes by drones to become combined, that is, drone and missile strikes. It is important to increase their scale. And if next year we continue to ramp up these strikes, then by the end of 2026, the situation for us will be significantly more positive, Diky emphasized. At the same time, there is a threat that Russian forces may launch a missile and drone strike on Ukraine on New Year's Eve. Unfortunately, Kyiv may once again become the enemy's next target. This was stated by military observer Oleksiy Hetman on the air of the We Are Ukraine TV channel. And what do you think? Write your thoughts in the comments and we'll read them. According to Hetman, the existing arsenal of the Russian army allows them to carry out massive attacks on Ukraine once or even twice a week. He also added that Russia is capable of producing about 100 missiles per month, as well as up to 250 strike drones of this type, Shahed, per week. In other words, strikes like the ones they carried out on Kyiv, they can do every week or even twice a week. Given the mentality of Russians, it is quite possible to expect that for New Year's they will try to do something like that. Let's say as a kind of greeting, said the military.